Yo, this is another episode of the Steven from the Old Time Podcast. Listen to my dad, he's awesome.
Welcome to a new episode of Steven from the All Time Podcast. I am your host, the Ayatollah of Hip Hop, the whole damn show, the Rated R podcaster, and one half of the podcast tag team champions of the world. With my co-host, the producer, he is in the building, fresh off the plane. Here he is.
Landed from Toronto. I went there, liked it. I went to Maddie's Patties. That shit is good. One of the best burgers I ever ate. And yeah, here I am, man. The best French Canadian accent since George Sinclair.
What the? Okay, that's funny. That's a good intro. It's about time you say something like that. And your name is Milenko, by the way.
Yeah, and that was on the spot. And my name is Milenko.
So?
Yo, man, this was a great weekend. I want to get into the albums right now, dude. And I just want to say, before we start, because we have a lot. We put in work. We have a lot. So, please, while you're there and before we start this, like, subscribe, follow us, leave a comment. We want this shit going, man. I want to see some comments.
We want to know what you think.
We work hard for this, man. So thank you, and we appreciate every listen that we get. Thank you. I can't believe people listen to this French Canadian accent that much, but thank you very much, man. It's really appreciated.
Milenko, it's because we bring nothing but the best in hip hop and in wrestling, all combined in one.
All combined in one place. And let me start you. I'm gonna start you up right now.
Okay, go.
Because this is the best place. This album, from probably the guys that are working the harder in 2024, nobody asked them to work that hard, and they're doing it. We're talking about Vega, the 7 Ronin, and Ferris Blusa. Both hands, wash the face.
So
holy shit!
So we waited a while to do reviews. It's been a while since we've done a couple of reviews because we needed to really dig deep into these albums. A bunch came out. We got to start with this. A lot of people have been going at it, saying it's album of the year, contender. There's so much comments. I've been a lot of that shit on Instagram.
Oh yeah,
a lot of that shit on Instagram. But again, anyways, whatever. People just talk. It is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I just gotta say, I've been listening to both these guys, I would say, since last year. Okay, I'm not gonna say I've been listening to them forever. Since last year. I did not know that these two would ever put an album out together. It was a surprise. It was thrown at us. We didn't have that much notice. It was very short notice. When you get something like this, you look at the cover, you press play, and you just have no idea what to expect. Zero idea. These are two MCs that, first of all, they have two tones that are way different from each other. They have different flows. It's kind of like you're listening to it and you're just like, okay, wow, like how does it work to put two MCs that are so different together and it sounds just so, to me, this is magnificent. This is art.
I disagree with you because I knew what I was expecting. I was expecting bars.
Well, bars for sure.
So there you go. You know you're gonna get bars and you're gonna get hard rhyming. I know what to expect from these two guys.
I just didn't know how it would blend. I just didn't know how it was gonna blend. You got Vega 7. Mm-hmm. If I'm not mistaken, he's from Queens. You got Vega 7 from Queens. Then you got Ferris Blusa from New Orleans, Louisiana. Two different areas, two different sounds, two different rhyme patterns, flows, tones of voices. And you put these two together and you just get just such amazing art form, such amazing, like, I didn't know that this was just so important for what type of music that we're receiving this year. There's so much coming out, but this just fits so perfectly together. Like anywhere from the the album cover. The album cover. Look at the album cover. You get just both MCs
Yeah, combined. Yeah.
combined. You get the God Ferris Blusa with the gas mask. If you know anything about Ferris Blusa, all of his album covers have that image with the gas mask.
Mm-hmm.
Vega, the Ronin, that image that he has, the straw hat, the sword. He has all that, and you just combine these two,
He's the
and
Ronin.
and it gives you all this. It's fucking just magnificent, just rhyming at its finest, rhyming at its finest, and just look. It's 8 songs, 27 minutes. There is not one bad track on this, not one.
There's not one bad track. There's not one bad beat. And again, I said it. These guys are the hardest worker. Why? Because Vega is his third project this year alone.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
if I'm not mistaken, Blusa is his fourth. Let me verify that.
He has. I think he has 3, if I'm not mistaken. He has 3. He has 1 with Jamil Honesty.
He has 4.
He has 4 this year.
I talked to God. Yeah, I talked to God about this. Glory to God, surrender to God, and now both hands. So this is 4th.
That's
because he had glory to God with Machacha.
Wow. See,
yeah, so these guys work, man. And I'm gonna tell you right now, right off the bat, what's the only thing I didn't like about this album? You tell me.
It was too short.
Of course, baby. 8 minutes. It's 8 songs.
27 minutes though.
Yes, and that's a good thing. They didn't give me no interlude, no nothing. They went straight to bars. There's no movie in between 2 songs. No. They went bar for bar, so I gotta give them a point for that. But I wish it was so good. It was so good. I wish I had a little bit more of songs in there. But dude, I did not expect to like this that much, and I don't know why. Because Vega is becoming a menace. Ferris Blusa is a menace as well.
Milenko, you like it so much. I like it so much. Everybody likes it so much. And the comments that people are putting out, it is what it is. It's because they complement each other so well. I think it's important to always be different, be in a different pocket, do rhyme different than the person that you're doing the album with. I think it's so important. You don't want to sound the same. You don't want to rap the same. You don't want to be in the same pocket. You want to be different from each other. And it's amazing that they come from 2 different areas in the world, okay? But it blends super well. Look at their tones of voice.
It's just bars. Yeah,
but
bars.
But Milenko, look at the tones of voices, man. Look at Blusa's tone of voice. Yep. Like when I listen to Blusa, I get that Scarface effect. Like I'm listening to Scarface.
Yeah, it's well constructed. The album is well made, man. They had both their shines on them, and Vega, the bar again. I mentioned him a lot because the bars from him got me a lot. I mean, when he says rapper says my name and then flows, in 10 minutes I'll be writing a song with no apologies. I'm no Jermaine Cole. Go come that the Royce Gracie line. Royce Gracie with the gi. I have the game in the stranglehold. Like those. I don't know, man. There's something that they always get a reaction out of me. Those bars, the punchlines are always amazing.
The wrestling punchlines, the wrestling bars.
There's 1,000 on here, yeah.
Even Blusa, he has some wrestling bars in here. Yep. I just love it, and the production. It showcases them. It's kind of like they've never really used instrumentals like this, and it kind of makes the album just so different from their projects. Because when you listen to Blusa's music, you have that, there's a dark effect to it. Vega's music too. I'm
not too familiar with Blusa. That's why maybe I gravitate more to Vega. But I'm not too. That's why. So I can't tell.
To me, they
I'm gonna let you speak on that.
To me, they both shine
Mhm.
And I love how Blusa is able to really. It's like it's not that he stepped up his game; it's that he shines a lot on this type of instrumental,
And
the hard
yeah,
hitting drums. It's one of the songs they even say it on there. It sounds like a
yeah,
Heatmaker's beat.
yeah. I mean that. I mean, for Blusa to stay toe to toe against Vega is solid. I
Hmm.
mean, there's no difference between who took it and who didn't take this. There's no one that's shining more than the other. I think they both did. I gravitate more with Vega again, but they went at the like they impressed me. Like, oh, those beats, the production was super well made, super well mixed. Oppenheimer, dude, Oppenheimer, that bass line is murderous. Down, 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 down. Like, I love that, man. I love that with the synths in the back. I mean, they just killed it. Equalizer, I love that song. Let No Man Curse. Like 4, 5, 6, and 7 to me are just killers, and the Ender Workers Comp is a way perfect way to end the album. I wish there was more. I wish there was like 11, 12 songs. I could have taken 11 or 12 songs of this. I could have taken easily a 40 minutes.
This is a type of album that makes me rearrange my top five right away.
Oh yeah,
Rearrange
I think
it.
so too.
It came out on July 8th. We're July 17th when we're recording this episode, coming out on the Monday after, and it's in my rotation daily. Daily. I listen to it once or twice a day.
Hmm.
No problems with that. It's just I didn't know I needed this. It's a surprise.
Surprise, totally
And
surprise.
the way the album starts off, and the opener to me is something, and just the
Yep.
intro talking about uh, wearing the mask, and both of them wearing a mask. Well, Blusa doesn't really wear a mask. It's just his album covers with the gas mask, and he's worn the gas masks
Hmm.
in his music videos, if I'm not mistaken. I just love the whole concept of what they've put together, and the way that they complement each other. It's amazing. It's amazing, and like you mentioned at the beginning, Milenko, they're both on a run, a stellar run, and
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what else they do. Fuck, if this is the last thing that they give me, both of them for the year, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, Vega is not gonna listen to you though, because you told him last time to stop, because you need more time to listen to this, and he's not gonna listen to. He's gonna give you 2 more by the end of the year.
Fuck.
What's your final note?
On this, 9 on 10.
Yeah, I'm close to it. 9 out of 10 is pretty good. I'm going back with the 9.7, 8.7,
Uh-huh.
8.7
You
out of
doing
10.
you doing .7s and shit?
Yeah, I'm going back. I started at the beginning of the year. I thought that was gonna be my thing. I'd give it to one album. This is better than an 8.5. The 8.7, I think, it's just the verses. The verses. I wanted more songs. Maybe something, a catchy hook here and there. That's, but that's just me.
But they
That's
do
just
give
me.
you hooks, and I love the way they
They
do
do
the
give
hooks
you
too.
hooks. They do give you hooks, and yeah, easily 8.5.
And these two are starting to be like right now for me. These are two of the best MCs of the year, hands down, hands down.
You're
Uh,
serious.
I'm very serious. What's next, Malenko?
So we go from Queens to Rosario in Argentina. Sons of SYBARIS by Sirio, entirely produced by our good friend Superior.
The great Superior. Kick it off.
And man, I gotta say this, man. I don't know how the fuck Superior did to match the sound with this fucking cover. Because he told me it was his favorite cover. And when you see the cover, I agree. It's a crazy cover.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's so sick that it's a hard piece. It's really a hard piece. You see a sun. You see Sybaris fallen, because Sybaris is an old Greek city that got destroyed,
Mm-hmm.
and you see it on the cover. And how Superior did to match the cover, I have no idea how you do that. And To me, this is again, we had him on the podcast, but it doesn't change my opinion on what I feel about his beats. It's something that's really this tough. I don't have the vocabulary in English to describe it how it is, but it's so rich. The production value is so high and it's so rich, but it's still minimalistic, hard hitting beats. And he orchestrates, like, the best way to describe it for me is he manage an orchestra so well. Like,
Mm-hmm.
his beats are so many layers. Every sample is touched. There's nothing that's untouched and just laid there. There's nothing like that. I'm gonna compare it to another album. I'll jump to another album real quick that released this, the Action Bronson album that released this weekend.
Okay.
Those beats were good, but you see that they're just laid. It's just one track laid there, the sampled loop. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Superior doesn't do that.
Nope.
He touches everything. Like Perevilita, there's those horns when it starts the beat, those horns with the drums coming in is something you don't hear much. And then at the mid part, the transition, how he added the percussion, the way he uses percussion. There's harp on this. There's some beat, there's some harps in the back of it. I love how he do it. I just love how he do it. Tondo Donny, the way the drum line with the bass line, and he got like that it looks like a marching band drum line.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and the guitar, there's a Spanish guitar,
Yep.
but it's way back. It's not in front. It's way back there. And he
he said
transitions
it.
stuff so well.
He said it to us. He said it that this is some of his best productions, if not his best production, and he's used different sounds that he's never used before. He really tapped in. He really, really tapped in. Like you said, the cover art. He gave us the cover art in music.
I mean, this beat like Trojan Horse is just that sample that is super rich, um, singing. You know, that singing
Mhm.
that I had it the last
Hymns.
time. How did I call that? I called it last time. How it no
Hymns?
the singing. No, not him. So what the fuck you talking? No, the singing. How is that singing all about?
Okay, orchestra. Opera. I don't know.
No, it's not opera. It's gonna come to me next to it, but whatever. Like the way Gregorian song. He loves those Gregorian singing, and he uses it so well. And Trojan Horse is a beat that. And shout out to Sirio, because a lot of rappers can rap on that. That's a type of beat you give to some rappers and they will freeze. They can't do nothing about it. So, man, again, Super did an amazing job. He selected all the beats for it, and the image that he produced, the canvas he gave to Sirio is just. And Sirio got better. Sirio got really good. He uses more English.
Yep, I noticed that too on the album.
He uses a little bit more of English. What did you understood of the album? Because it's tough.
It's tough because there's a dialect in there that is tough
it's
to.
gonna be tough for someone that don't speak
But
Spanish.
but it's Superior's instrumentals that really make me enjoy the album and really want to understand a lot more to what Sirio is saying. But there's something about Sirio, the artist himself, that is interesting. Is just how he's able, and you mentioned it, how he's able to rap on these. Not everybody could rap on beats like this.
No, of course not. If you just take the beat alone and you give this to everyday music listener, they won't even think there's a rapper that would go on it. They would probably don't even know what type of music it is.
Superior does beats for movies, TV shows,
Mhm.
cinema, orchestras.
And yeah, and you know, I mentioned it, Action Bronson. That's one. When I was listening to this, I was like, Action Bronson in Superior could be sick. It could be something. If Action Bronson wanted to get on that more of that serious side, Superior can gave him. Oh, you could give him the beats, man. But again, impressed, and Sirio did a really good job. I think his flow, uh, is really a slow talker.
Yeah.
Slow talker is more of a slick talk than punchline. Um, but I still appreciate it a lot. I think he's improving a lot.
The-
My final note on this, I would give it a 7.5 out of 10.
yeah, I would give it a 7.5 out of 10 as well. Production wise, I'm giving it a 9 for sure, 100%. Like I've mentioned about Superior, the dude, I don't understand. People, he needs to be able to give this instrumental or just this album to fucking Hollywood to be able to just produce music for movie scores. Like, it's incredible. I've said this before. It's like the clouds opened up and the gods are coming to Earth. This is something that you would put in a fucking, I don't know, like the new Gladiator movie.
Oh, dude.
Like, it's that fucking good. Like, it's that good. And I love how it complements Sirio. Like you said, his flow. Like, he raps slow. He like throughout the whole album, like you could see that in a couple of songs that his tempo goes up a bit, but then it drops back down to his flow and the way he raps. He kind of reminds me, like if we're gonna compare, maybe like a Mike Shab a bit with the rhyming. I would even say Rock Marciano, because Rock Marciano's flow never really changes,
Yeah.
and that's okay. But it's the instrumental and the music that's gonna make his voice sound that more extravagant and that much more, on a different level. And he's able to rhyme on these type of beats.
Yeah. I would compare flow wise to Rock Marcy, but Sirio doesn't have like the similes and the wordplay as that level yet. I mean, but for like a Spanish rapper, that's the thing. For someone coming from South America, I don't think there's much guys rapping like this in South America.
There probably isn't. Nothing that we know of, nothing that I know of. Maybe I need to dig deeper
The
into
usual, they usually rapping fast and getting words out. Da, 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 da. But this one is really slow. He breathes on it, so
And I and I
it's
respect
fantastic.
I respect that he's able to really rhyme over such amazing production.
Yep.
Well, what the hell is next? I gotta look at my notes. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's one of the first time I'm like, I don't even know what the next album is because there's so much goddamn music that came out. Yes, okay, I have it here.
I can't believe you forgot about the next one, but
The next one came out last Friday on my day off, and as I've always mentioned to myself, when these two put out music, I need the full day, the full weekend, to really tap in. And this is because it's Danielson and fucking Futurewave, Bushman Bodega.
yes, cover is sick.
The cover, they have two covers for it.
Okay.
Yes, they did come out with both covers on CD and vinyl, but I only bought one cover. I didn't buy the cover that's on the streaming platforms. Danielson, Futurewave, Bushman, Bodega. Here, I'm gonna tell it to you like now. You know when the wrestlers come out and say we're the greatest tag team of all time? We've held the most belts. These two, to me, are two of the best right now duo. There's nobody like these guys together. These guys went rapper producer from Toronto. Okay, if you've never listened to Danielson, the artist, you're fucked up in the brain. Number one. Number two, if you've never listened to the Futurewave Productions, that's something else. You're messed up. You're fucked up in the head.
I'm sure our listeners did.
They have no choice because these two are phenomenal together. They're one of the best, if not the best duo right now. Okay? It's amazing how they have such chemistry together to be able to put such amazing quality music. Okay? The amount of projects that these guys have together. I'm gonna go for it right now. I said I was gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Six. If I'm not mistaken, this is their sixth or their seventh project together. Okay? And every time these two get together, it just keeps getting better and better and better. Look, this project, 13 songs, 38 minutes. I love everything about it. I love every single thing that they've done on this album. Featurings by 36 Cypher, Rome Streets, Ras Fresco, Aldovino, Estenac. I find Futurewave's production kind of shifted to what they've done together. I find there's a lot more usage of drums on here. I find the beginning of the album kind of starts it off slow and then fucking hits you in the face towards song 5. Everything about this is just great. It's to the point where I don't even want to explain it. You just need to go in there and you just need to listen to it. Okay, Futurewave. We've mentioned this many times. The guy, every album that he puts out, he keeps getting better and better and better and better. Am I wrong or am I right, Milenko?
Yeah, I like his sound. It's really cold. I like the way he plays with. He uses a lot of bells and stuff. He uses a lot of it's like distorted bells. I think that he does, but he has pretty much his signature sound. But dude, like again, this is a cold motherfucking album, bro. This is just a cold album. I will not say much on this for the only reason that I just listened to it twice. So it's still really fresh to me.
You went to Toronto. Did you listen to it in Toronto?
No, I didn't listen to no music. But actually, that's not true. I listened to the Common and Pete Rock again. But yeah, no, it's cold. I mean, what do you expect from Danielson and Futurewave? You gonna get that co-killer shit and that drug dealing music.
How many women did Danielson meet that are missing their teeth? He always mentions it, and almost there's always
you're gonna hear about fiends and how the fuck they act and dealing with them, bro. And it's street corner music, man. It's street corner music. That's the best way I represent this.
Just Danielson's rhyming again. That's something that always sticks out to me. I've said this to you. He kind of reminds me of Raekwon. I don't know why, but it could be because of when you listen to Raekwon, you're like, what the fuck is he saying? What are these bars that he's giving me? What is he trying to get at with his point? Danielson is the same thing for me. It's like I have to go back and be like, okay, what is he saying? What is he trying to explain to me? Where is he trying to go with this? And I always they kind of remind me of each other. And you could tell that he's a student of the game, and he's probably been a big fans of guys like Raekwon and stuff like that, because he's able to layer his verses, not just give you something simple, but really layer his verses and give you storytelling. And it caught.
I last time I told you I don't see it. I don't see it because for me it's pretty clear. I think we had the same conversation last.
Yeah.
I don't fucking see why you compare, but I guess it's for you. I guess, but
Yeah.
For me it's more like for me Raekwon is all lingo. It's all coded. Everything you say is coded. But Danielson, I understand everything about it.
I find, okay, you use the right word, lingo. I find Danielson uses a lot of lingo in his verses.
Yeah, but he's not as coded as, dude. Raekwon, when dude, the feeling I had when I listened to him and Ghostface is like, I listened to this verse and I'm like, what the I don't understand shit about what they saying.
I feel like sometimes you need to know, like, where Danielson is from or have been throughout all these scenarios with him to be able to really grasp and understand what he's trying to tell you. Maybe it's me. Maybe I've gotten stupider as I get older, but I just find that's the way it is. Songs on here, Stone Cold, fucking phenomenal song.
I'm busy.
With Estenac, Trailblazers, Rome Street, Underground Parking with Ras Fresco, which I love because those two always complement each other. But 30 odd 6 with 36 Cypher. I find these two when they always get together, there's something about how the sound, the verses, the music that they're able to put out sounds grittier, grimier. Like you say, it's cold. I wish this album came out in the winter. This is Toronto
Every album
winter.
is like that. Every album they do is like that. It's always cold
It's
music,
it's cold
cold killer music.
music. I wanna wear a winter jacket. I wanna be outside and it's fucking freezing. Being able to listen to this
Yeah,
shit.
that's that street corner. It's that street corner shit, bro. It's the North Face jacket with the puffy North Face with the fucking hood on and the fucking dime bags in the fucking pockets. That's exactly what it is. Dude, I wish Lime Busy that was the beat Drake should have picked to diss Kendrick. Now we would have a fucking okay. That's all. That's all I'm gonna say. No final note for me yet. I'm gonna come up with a note on the next episode. Give me a
I'm
week.
I'm giving it a 9.
Puta madre, un 9 out of 10.
Dude, dude, these two together, I fucking
So
said
you
it.
got 2 9s this week. You 2 9s right
What
now.
do you want me to tell you? The music that's been coming out is making me rearrange my top 5.
Nice, tough. That's tough. I like that.
I it's
like that.
fucking July. It's July, and the music we've been getting all year, and we mention it consistently. Every episode is just amazing, great, phenomenal music. Now you're in July, and we just reviewed fucking 3 great albums.
And
It's
we're not
fucking.
finished yet. We're not finished yet. You wanna hear the next one that came out?
Hold on a second. Daniel's Son in Montreal, Friday, August 23rd. Milenko, I'm buying you your ticket.
Yep.
Okay? Danielson, August 23rd in Montreal. I can't remember what the venue is. I am terribly sorry. Look it up. He's going to be in Montreal. We're going to be there for the second time, him being here. Let's move on to the next album. You're kicking
This
it
is a
off.
duo. This is a motherfucking duo. Nobody expected.
It's all duos, these
Yeah,
reviews, huh? It's
and
all
yeah,
duos.
true. And let me tell you something. These guys are probably the most underrated artists in the hip hop game. I think so. They're both in the top 10 for me. I said it multiple times on this podcast. These are top 10 most underrated because they just produce good quality music all the time. All the time. They never miss. We're talking about Blu and Evidence. They came out with an album called Los Angeles. Holy shit. And this is Los Angeles, but there is no palm trees and bikinis on this motherfucker. There's no palm trees and bikini in this. This that cold motherfucking shit. This is when it goes dark in Los Angeles, right? This when the lights go out, baby. Jesus.
Can you explain to the listeners how I texted you for this album?
Dude, you just send me the album and like holy shit. That's pretty much it, right? You send me the album.
And back and forth. Listen to this. Did you listen to this? We need to review this. Are you listening to it? Did you listen?
So when it came out and you sent it to me, I listened to this 3 times in a row.
I
Row.
did the exact same thing.
Because I thought you were overreacting, but yes and no. I thought like, okay, how good? But it's Blu and Evidence, so I'm at the same time.
No,
it's quality.
I look. I'll be straight honest with you. I know what Evidence produces. I know what Evidence could produce. Okay, Evidence has different types of bags, different production bags. Okay, he could give us that dilated people sound. Okay, he could give us that Step Brothers sound. He could give us. He's done stuff with Planet Asia. He's done stuff with Domogenesis. We know what the Evidence sound is. He'll use drums sometimes, then sometimes he won't use drums.
It's all drum. It's all a drum. It's all consistent albums, well-made albums. There's structured fucking albums. Evidence know how to put shit together and produce and put one track over the other. And again, this is another proof. And I've been telling this to a lot of people around me to check this album out because it came out of the blue, no pun intended. And holy shit, dude, I love this. I love this. I just with the intro, the land is a boom bap beat with that DJ Muggs. Know what I mean? That DJ Muggs like DJ Muggs
Eerie, eerie. You're driving in the alleyway at night,
and that yeah,
and it's hot outside.
holy shit, and Blue is
This is the best I've seen Blue since Below the Heavens. Since Blue's first album, this is his best rhyming, anything that he's done as an MC. And the reason why is because he's tapped into where he's from. He's tapped into the MC Blue, and he's able to tell you all these stories, okay? All his experiences, okay? And give you an this is the type of album where I'm like, fuck. I've always wanted to hear Blue be on an album like this. Because when you think of a West Coast artist, you kind of have that image in your head. It sucks to say it that way, but you have that gangster rap image in your head. I've always been like that. Hey, West Coast music. I get the Ice Cubes in my head. I get the Game. I get Dr. Dre's.
yeah, but Blue
I get Far Side. I get hieroglyphics. I get all that stuff. But when you think of Blue, you don't really think of that. Okay, is he gonna give us that hard-hitting Los Angeles type of sound? Is Evidence gonna be able to give us a West Coast gangster, quote unquote, gangster rap sounding album? Is he gonna be able to give us that? And my answer, I would have said probably not. But he fucking just did it. Like when I'm looking throughout these, like you have Cocaine on the song Three Wheel Motion.
one of my favorite songs. That is spooky. That is spooky cocaine. That's the cocaine I like, dog.
And
It sounds bad like that, but that's exactly what I want from him, bro. Those spooky verses.
and
Man.
I'm not
Those
saying
spooky,
Evidence can produce this, but I feel like he went back in like 2004 and brought that sound. Remember the way Alchemist was producing back in 2004? Like that. But just has a lot more eerie to it, a lot more darkness to it. Like you mentioned, it's at night.
Yeah, I don't know what he uses. I don't know what he used for that beat, that three wheel motion. It is, you said it is, it's spooky, it's really dark. That slow drum, that slow kick, and I think it's a vocal that he maybe distorted or made it a sample. I don't know if it's an instrument, but that like the whole song, it never gets. It's eerie. It doesn't get annoying. It's still good. And Blue. I mean, Blue. The Blue in Exile was a great project. So that one was a project that I really enjoyed from him.
They did.
One
They
of
did
the
a couple. They did a couple. Give me my flowers while I could smell them. If I'm not mistaken, that was the title. That one was good too. But
I mean, Blue been consistent, bro. He been putting out fucking classics, and this thing is not from that. It's not far from that, bro. I enjoy the fuck out of this, really.
LA Tourist featuring Med. Then the LA Traffic, the song after that. Evidence also gave him those tracks of like, okay, these need to follow each other because each song, starting from 54th, flows into it. It's like there's no in between. There's no missing sound. It just goes one after the other, and
the structure,
perfection for structure.
LA
perfection.
LA Traffic first, and in my car, that fucking thing made me look back like 8 times. Okay, first. So thank you, Evidence, for that. But I was driving and looking like, what the fuck just happened? No, it's the song, and he uses the horn for the beat. And you notice that?
Yeah.
How can he
you hear it?
Be annoying.
When I was driving and I heard that, I was like, was somebody honking? Like, am I in LA traffic for real? Am I in traffic?
Bumper to bumper, they bumping us. I mean, again, it's just small things, but Blue is witty, dog. He's super witty, and those track the cold, hell, lights at night with Domo Genesis, navy blue, it's heavy. Um, the land again. The second song is crazy good. So again, I think this is, and with everything that's happening on the West Coast now, an album called Los Angeles to go off like that, perfect timing.
If
And
if
and look, and last thing I'm gonna say, and look how mainstream fucking nobody's gonna talk about it, and everybody talks about the "Not Like Us" song and how West Coast is united now and all that, but nobody gonna talk about this album.
look, they put out a look. I'll say it like this: it's banger after banger after banger after banger on this album. I love this, and I'm even gonna say this, and I might be out of fuck. People might just hate what I say, but I don't give two shits. This might be one of the best West Coast sounding West Coast albums of the last 5 years. It's fucking phenomenal. I love what they gave us. I love what they gave us. I love the Blue, what he did, how he rhymed on here. It's like he had to get this out. And it's a concept album based on Los Angeles and the storytelling and his experiences. And Evidence was able to,
on point.
and Evidence being the rapper, the producer from Venice Beach, being able to tap into this sound, okay, being able to give us this, it's a West Coast banger. Like, it's fucking really good. Like, anyways, what's your score on this? Because we could talk about this album all night.
So this is the reason why I went to point 0.5 and 0.7s and 0.8,
Oh.
0.57. It's because of this. Because if Vega is a 8.7, Blue in Evidence, bro. This album I had it on repeat. Let me tell you that. This is a 8.8. And I'll give you why I think some features didn't hit as much because I don't know them. I'm not familiar, so they didn't hit that much. I think if they would have put a bigger name as a feature, maybe I would have been more like, holy shit, I get that. But it's a really good album. I mean, they did their thing. They put album artists out there on featuring that needed to be heard. So I respect that because they could have easily put great names from Los Angeles. I mean, they have fucking infinity of artists they could have put on this. Evidence know everybody, so work with pretty much everybody. So he could have used a big name, but that's why. So yeah, that's my final note. You?
I'm gonna go with 8.5 on
8.5?
this. 8.5. Look, it's a perfect West Coast sound. This is what I want. Imagine you like, I just think of it. Imagine you had an Ice Cube rapping on this type, like this beat. Imagine you had The Game rapping on this. Imagine you had
Not the Game. It's not the Game. Not the Game.
The Game would be good on some of these tracks.
I would have loved to hear Big Hit.
Yeah.
Big Hit on this would have been nasty. Nasty. It would have been nasty. A Schoolboy Q on this, it would have cracked that thing.
Absol.
I thought Absol would have been perfect on this too. But that's the thing. I'm sure they didn't go with the big name for that main reason. They wanted to put out the Self Jupiter, Cactus Kings, Propaganda. They wanted to put those names out there. Domo Genesis, Navy Blue, like that's what they want. Nana, like I never heard of Nana before. I thought it was Prince Nana. So yeah, there you go.
Great.
Album.
Look,
It's non-stopping, guys. Huh? We still have albums for you.
I just want to say one thing before we go. If you're not a huge fan of West Coast hip hop music, just suck it up, press play, listen to it, and then comment. because this is something that everybody this year needs to hear, whether you listen to commercial hip hop, whether you listen to underground hip hop, where you listen to that middle level where the underground kind of peaks out through it. Pause. Just fucking give this a listen to. Next album.
Common Sense, another duo, dude. The Common Sense with Pete Rock. The Auditorium, Volume 1. Jesus Christ, Steven. What the hell? This July 12th was amazing. I'm gonna tell you this.
I'm gonna ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
How did me, you, other people that listen, we wake up in the morning and we have to choose from all these albums to listen to and how you're gonna listen to them in order. How do you do it? Like, think of it. How do you do it? Obviously, a guy like me is gonna go to the Danielson Futurewave, the Blusa and the Vega, even though that came out on the Monday, and then you work your way, and you're like, okay, I love Common. His last couple of albums, not really interesting. Pete Rock. When Pete Rock produces something, Pete Rock really produces something. It's like no matter who he's producing for, you gotta listen to the album. But this is the last one I listened to out of all the releases that came out. And two reasons. I was too excited for the Danielson and Futurewave, number one. Number two, this is an hour and 3 minutes. Okay? So you need to find time to listen to an hour and 3 minutes, because albums now are anywhere between the 25 mark and the 42 mark. Yeah. So I really needed to sit with this, and I just pressed play. I said, hey, it's 3 p.m. I've just listened to all these albums twice. Let me press play. And I've come to the conclusion. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
That Pete Rock might be probably one of the greatest producers of all time. Yes. The projects he's put out before this are phenomenal, next level hip hop. But being able to put this quality of production at this level, and age, I don't count age. I don't give a shit about age. But being able to still produce after so long in hip hop and give us that soundscape, to me, is just extraordinary. It's just amazing. It's on to the next level. That album, for Christ's sake, that album is great. Okay?
Instrumental. Oh no, the guy. I mean, I won't argue with you on that. Pete Rock might be. It's easily, I think, top 5. Easily. So.
To the point where at times I think he's better than DJ Premier. But that's a different story.
So for me, same thing as you. This was the last album that I listened to, because Common, I wasn't into. Same thing as you. I didn't. The last album he put out wasn't really in my interest. For people that know me, Common, when I was a teenager, when I started listening to rap, Common was my favorite rapper. Because when I heard Like Water for Chocolate, that changed my mind. Like that blew my mind. Like Doing It, The Light, Questions, all those songs, Theonilius, The Sixth Sense, all those songs, that was my favorite songs when I was a kid. B, and then B released, dude. B, when I was a kid, I couldn't believe that. The Corner, Go, Love Is, The Food, them. They say is unbelievable. To this, it give me goosebumps till this day. That song. But Common was my favorite rapper for a long time, and then he went to war against Drake. He made that sweet song. I loved. I loved. There's one thing
on the Dreamer the Believer album.
Yeah, and there's one thing that disappointed me about Common that broke my heart, and listening to this, it reminded me of one of my most disappointed album ever was Universal Mind Control.
Oh Jesus!
With Pharrell. So I was nervous listening to this, and bro, that hour I was smiling the whole time. I was smiling the whole time. Honestly, this might this might be one of his best he released in a long time, man.
This
In
is
a long
top
time.
5 Common. For sure. This is top 5 Common. Common,
I think
look,
it's
my,
top 5 coming.
Like Water for Chocolate will always be my number 1. B, number 2. I would say One Day It'll All Make Sense. That's when he really went with the J Dilla production.
Yeah.
Resurrection, I think, is another great album.
Mhm.
I like The Dreamer, The Believer, but this is probably number. You know what? Fuck it. I'm not gonna lie. This is probably number
Top-
3.
It's probably 3. It probably is, and it's just volume 1. So I get if we got all these albums lined up, this album is like the red wine.
The Vino
Oh,
at the
Is the vino of all these albums we lined up. This is the vino. This the vino. This that like Sirio and Superior. That's like a good I don't know how
appetizer.
a Pinot. That's a nice Pinot.
Oh,
Pinot
okay,
Noir.
you're talking about wine. It's true. You
Yeah,
like wine all of a sudden,
Pinot
huh?
Noir. What else do we? The Blue in Exile. That's that cognac, right? That's that cognac.
The Danielson and Future Waves is my grandfather's wine that he does in the cantina.
Yeah, that's that hard body shit. that's you drink one sip and your body get warm and you start sweating. You don't know what happened. Yeah, that's exactly it. But man, this is like the red wine, dude. This is some adult.
Smooth.
Bro. This is adult. I mean, there's too many bars. But Common is you can touch that guy.
I'm not even gonna talk about the bars. I don't think we need to tap into that because Common is just he's a rapper's rapper, man. Like, like he's done so much in his career. I just think it's just the beauty of the product that they've put out. It's just beautiful music. Any hip hop fan, okay, any hip hop fan from the 80s, from the 90s, from the 70s, from the 2000s, from now, the 2010s, the 2020s, whatever we're in the future, when we're all fucking living with robots. This is something that you need to hear. You can't say, this is an album where you can't say, it's not good. Or, yeah, it's all right. Or it's like, yeah, it's okay. No, this is an album where you have to say, and you're going to fucking say it, it's really good. Like, there's no way possible around this that you could say that there's something wrong with this album. It's just something needed. It's something refreshing. You know what I mean?
I mean,
it's beautiful
pure
music.
It's pure hip hop.
Pure hip hop.
Purest form. It's clean. The songs are clean. There's no swearing on these.
It's Pete Rock. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
It's clean song. Like, it's pure hip hop. It's just pure
emceeing and producer.
Gospel chops. The way they use Kanye West samples.
Yeah,
by Kanye West. It's pretty cool. I love that. Representing Chi-Town again. So
I just love how soulful, how jazzy, how energetic Pete Rock's production is, man. I just love it.
The only thing for me, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be for you as well, those singing hook were okay. It wasn't that bad. It was okay.
I get it though.
It was sing. It wasn't that. For me, the only point, it was all the God talk. For me personally, all that God stuff is not for me.
What about if he did Devil Talk? Would you have liked that more?
Not really, because I don't like any of those. So, I mean, it's okay. I get it. He's always been like that. So, I get it. I like it, but it just doesn't hit me as much. This is an hour, and I listened to this easily 5 times. Easily 5 times.
I get your point about the God talk, but I'm looking past the God talk. I'm looking past what Common is. He's telling stories again, experiences. This is what these guys do. It's just the beauty of the music. It's the MC producer, MC
Mhm.
producer thing. The link up, the being able to put such a great product out to me is way more fascinating and way more interesting than what he's saying.
Mhm.
It's the execution of what he's doing as an MC over this type of production at this level and this stage in their life.
I
Boom.
mean, it's
Point blank, period.
it's expert. I mean, it's expert. It just makes me so sad about how Kanye West is going down, and you see Common artists like Common going just up and staying at that elite level, and some artists just don't stay at that level. It's so sad to see, you know. But again, what do you expect more from these
Mm-hmm.
flows, wordplay, metaphors, everything you want from an MC?
Mm-hmm.
This for me is a 8.5 out of 10.
I'm going to go with a solid 8. And the reason being it's a solid 8 is because,
It's too long.
yeah, it's lengthy. You can go through it super quick. Like, the hour 3 is not really hour 3.
Mm-hmm.
But I would have liked maybe a couple, like, maybe a couple of more featurings just to complement Common. We have Pastanis from De La Soul, which is
Yeah.
a phenomenal feature. But I would have liked maybe one or two other ones just to complement Common.
Common should bring like a Andre 3 stacks, or
He would have been perfect for this.
like, or
Perfect for this.
yeah, it would have
Perfect.
been sick. It would have been sick. I don't know. He knows all those guys, so it's not
You know what would have been good on this? You ready? I just saw
Yeah.
him in the corner of my eye in my CDs. Rakim.
Rakim, Killer Mike would have been sick on this.
Yeah?
I think to hear him on more of a gospel-y song or something like that. I would love to hear that. But if this is just volume 1.
Hold on a second. Pete Rock was rapping on this. I love that he does that. Love that he does
Pete
that.
Rock, man, he did a verse on this, man. He did
That
a verse,
voice.
and that verse is to remind people. You see that tone that he's like, yo,
Yeah.
let me fucking put one verse on this album, but it's just to remind you guys, I can still go at it, man. I love it. 8.5 out of 10. Easy.
Last album, real quick.
Dude, we have another one. What's the other one?
Action Bronson, Johann, Sebastian, Bachlava, the Doctor. I've listened to it once. It's the least interesting project out of everything that came out. Look, it's good. I'll go back to it maybe once, maybe twice. Maybe I'll see when I'm done with all these albums that came out. I just find there's nothing that sticks out to me. It's not interesting. There's nothing interesting about this.
So what are we thinking about Action Bronson lately? Is it still get your attention like before, or what
No.
do you think?
No. I find
Is he falling off for you?
Is he falling off for me? I just don't find him that interesting anymore. You get what I mean? I think we've gotten enough projects where we're just like, okay, look, Action Bronson is really good when it's with Action Bronson with one producer. Or when he does those Blue Chips mixtapes where he's just all over the place and he's just using ridiculous instrumentals. But stuff like this, I kind of just like, ugh. There's no substance to it. It's like not like, I don't like when I see Mayhem Loren on 2 songs back to back.
Yeah, he ended the verse and started the new song.
I would have liked these songs at a different place in the album. That's just me being nerdy and finding something. Look, Compressor with Larry June. Love that song.
Me, I
find
love Sega. Sega, the first Nourish a Thug, Sick, Salvaje,
yeah.
Sick, Compressor, NBA letter on BC. Okay, so for me, so you don't think he's fallen off? I'm gonna give you his last four. Okay, and so we have Johann Sebastian Bach, the doctor or whatever the name of the album is. Cocodrilo Turbo in 2022.
That was not
Only,
bad. I like
only
that one.
for Dolphins 2020.
Yeah.
Lamb over Rice 2019. White Bronco 2018.
All 6.5s and 7s on 10.
I agree with you. I think he hasn't lose my interest. I'm still gonna listen when he release something because he always have that one banger or two banger of the album, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I think of Cocodrilo Turbo, he has Zambezi, Zambezi with Rock Marciano. That was probably one of my favorite songs that year.
Yes.
Amazing song. Da, 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 da.
That
Like,
that beat was just
that fucking bass was ridiculous. But I would say the same. And this album, I didn't expect much. And this album, I listened to it a lot. And this is probably why I didn't have time to listen to Danielson like I would have.
How dare you?
But I mean, I'm telling you the truth. Common, and Action Bronson are the one that maybe took time from Danielson. But I love this, man. I like this. I think is his best since like the last album that I just mentioned. Uh, I checked out at Blue Chip 7000 2017. Since then, I haven't get like an album that I really attached to it. This one, it might do the rotation a couple things. Already, I give it like a couple spins, maybe 6 or 7 times. And I like the beats. I think he's really doing something that he likes. And I mean, you don't like the song with the Alchemist on it?
Yes, I do.
on BC.
I just wish you would have done. Look, I'm gonna go back and listen to it another 3-4 times. I just would.
He's funny, bro. He's still witty. He still gets it. I really enjoyed this.
I find peak Action Bronson for me is done. Like
Okay.
Sab Stories, fucking Blue Chips 1 and 2. Jesus, Pouches of Tuna, where Rock Marciano might be the best song of that fucking 2010 till 2020. Lamb Over Rice I enjoyed. I just would like to have had more than fucking 7 songs.
I didn't like those.
Fucking Rare Chandeliers.
Yeah, that's his best album.
So even Mr. Wonderful was really good. I just find I'd like to hear something different from Bronson. I'd like them to go back to that one producer albums, that more cohesive body of work. I'm not saying that it's bad, his music. It's just it's uninteresting for me now.
Yeah. For me, out of 10.
Oh, I can't rate it yet. I'm gonna pull a you.
No, don't rate it. Yeah, to be determined. To be determined. I'm gonna remind you on the next episode.
Yeah, because you gotta give me a Danielson.
And I'll give you the Danielson. For this, 7.5 out of 10.
Huh.
Yeah, I think it's a 7.5. I don't like the ender. Doctor, I don't like that. I don't like that he ended on that slow note like that.
I don't like the intro.
And
it's fucking long.
The two, Splash, the
fuck.
Little...
It's like, do I really need you to? No, you could have put a song there or a smaller intro. Like it's not. It wasn't funny. Usually things like that make me laugh, but it wasn't funny. It was like, okay, stop being stupid. Get to it.
Yeah. No, I like this. I like this. Salvaje is my favorite. I love that he samples all those Latin flavor songs.
When he does that, it sounds great, right? When he samples Latin music or Latin sounding music, he's done that on. He did that on Mr. Wonderful. He did that on Cocodrilo Turbo.
He's one of the originals to rap about wrestling too. You know?
Yes.
On Salvaje, when he says like honky tonk, like I'll break a guitar over your head like honky tonk did to Jake Snake. Like he has those reference. So he's always been doing those. So
Yeah, he's one of the first. Well, not the first, but he's one of the guys who kind of brought that style of referencing wrestling. And then it just
Yeah.
fucking blew up. West Side Gun.
Hogan with that bass line.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love those, man. It
Look.
will work for me, brother. I love that.
I'll always buy his albums. If I look at the letter A, I have all his albums, whether I fucking love them or not. His last one that he came out on CD is there. If this comes out on CD, I'm gonna buy it, and I'm gonna put it there with the rest.
Were you supposed to slow it down?
Yeah, I was actually. I have slowed it down. I've stopped buying a couple.
This one they gonna throw it in front of you?
By the way, male person, male woman, male man, male trans, male whatever the fuck you want to be. Listen, I spend a lot of money on CDs. The next time, okay, look, I have a camera in front of my house.
The footage is here. Look,
Okay.
like here, right here. Boom. The footage is right there. Talk about it. Talk about it.
I have a camera. When you come up to bring my 50, 60, 100, $200 CDs, the camera sees how you bring it to my door. And you've gotten caught. Don't fucking not go up those 5 steps that are there and throw the CD
You
from the
frisbee
bottom
it.
and
You
frisbee
frisbee
it. I have you on video. I've made a complaint about you. Have respect when you fucking bring me my mail.
I'll put it in slow-mo right now. That frisbee. And what was that CD?
That was my Snotty Garments from Italy CD. Okay?
Yeah.
Don't throw my CDs. I will make a complaint against you. Have respect when you are delivering mail to
should've seen
people's
my
houses.
Face when you say, you know, when UFC fighters get knocked out bad
Yeah?
and you're excited for 2 seconds, and then you're like calm down and you watch a guy he's snoring on the floor and you're like, oh shit. That was my reaction when the CD got.
You were very lucky that this Italian OBI, whatever you call it, OB stripe CD with the Italian flag and Mother Mary on it did not break, because I would have found where you lived.
Yep.
And I would have haunted you for the rest of your fucking life. Be respectful when you bring me the mail. Okay? It's not hard to go up 5 steps. Thank you. Public service announcement.
That's it. That's it for me, man. Do you have more?
No, I'm tired. I'm sweaty. Pause. Fuck.
I'm tired. I'm tired.
There's more music coming out this Friday, for Christ's sake. There's more music coming out. Okay? Words is coming out with his new album, July 21st.
I'm gonna listen to this.
Words been putting out fucking quality music for a fucking minute. I cannot wait to this sequel to his Weapon X that he put out earlier in February.
Yep. Can't wait to hear that.
There's a couple of more projects. I can't remember what they are. I'll wait till Friday and I'll just press play and we'll fucking let it rock. And by the way, I'm going on vacation, so I'll be driving 4 hours and 4 hours back. So it's just going to be this type of music. Please like and subscribe.
Please.
Subscribe and like. Go in the comments. Tell us what you think. Give some ratings on albums. Tell us what maybe we've missed that we haven't reviewed and that you want to talk about real quick in the comments. Do something. Show some support. We appreciate you all. We bring you nothing but the best in hip-hop and wrestling. And if you're not down with that, Milenko, we got 2 words for you.
Like and subscribe. Peace.
Peace
out.
and love.